everybody. Welcome back once again. Another edition of Inside the Headset. Game 6 is quickly approaching, catching a little rain out here on a Monday afternoon. But I've got with me the head coach of the Blackman Blaze, head coach Matt Kriesky. How you doing, Coach?
Pretty good. I appreciate you stopping by today.
Man, I appreciate you jumping in. We got a short week, kind of. I'm going to get out Thursday night. I wanted to visit with you in person and based upon the 2024 season and how it's going. So that's just where we're at. Well, it's been 14 days since we talked. I skipped last week with you and went out and you hosted right here, and you had Oakland come in, and boy, what a game, Coach. It just went back and forth, and on the edge of our street, on the edge of our seat, and just what a great high school football game, back and forth.
Yeah, it was a very physical football game. I think that game right there just kind of sums up and says what Rutherford County's all about. Since after I've been in this county for a while, you left and came back, but that's the type of games I want to be involved in. A physical football game for 4 quarters, came down to the wire. Great game by both sides, and we're unfortunate we didn't able to finish. We were close. So close, but we got to be able to capitalize and finish when we're right there.
I think the biggest thing is, and I don't want to take anything away from the other team or anything. I'll talk to him tomorrow, but at the same time, between the two teams, as I said, look at it, your team grew up more than his did. Let's just lay it out there. I felt like once the game started, if you had to look at who grew in that game the most, who got the most growth out of it into their ball club, it was you.
Yeah, I think, we made a mistake at the end of the game and then put ourselves in bad position. We were down.
Yeah.
Then we get the kickoff, get our 2 minutes of offense with Marcus. We move it down there. We give ourselves another opportunity to win the game, then capitalize on it. But, you saw that from our team from the first quarter to the fourth quarter, that they fought the entire game. Really impressed with our running backs, Jabari Kemp, Grant Garner had a great game. Like I mentioned earlier, Marcus had a good game. We're impressed with him. I thought our offensive linemen grew up. The entire game. I was really impressed.
They settled down because maybe at the beginning they may have thought they might have been a little bit behind based on the past. Blackman sometimes playing behind in that game. So here you are. You got a chance to win ahead. You're battling back and forth. And ball makes funny moves. It's not shaped like all the other balls. It moved around a little bit from both sides. Both of you had the turnovers there at the end. But as far as your quarterback trying to keep you in the ball game and keep you just to give you a chance, and the offensive lineman to give you a chance, and like you said, your tailbacks, everybody was driving. It was there. It's not Born Bozen. It's not him, because I can go back and I could say, well, there was a safety. You lost 2 points there. Yeah. And it's not there. It was an angle call. We had the angle. Yeah. We can see it on film. It's a safety.
Yeah.
Get those 2 points back, you win the ball game. Okay, yeah. So we can say that right there. And I'm being flat in this decision on everything that we see. We don't care. Yeah. We really don't care. What we want the best team come week 4. We're hosting, hopefully. If we can beat the other side of the bracket, we're going to host right here in Rutherford County.
Yes,
that's all I care about. That's all I care about. I want to host that game, and I want our team and our ball club, whoever it is, to be suited up, ready to go day after Thanksgiving. That's the biggest goal.
Yeah, that's huge, and that's our goal. We're going to keep working towards that. We came. I thought again our defense played well.
Oh yeah.
You hold Oakland.
And he said you had one of the best defenses in the region. Yeah. He said that. He gave you that.
You can't say enough. I mean, we held them. It was 0 at halftime. So you would have told me all week that we held Oakland to 0 points. I don't know if I would agree with you, but
right.
I can't say enough about Coach Kriesky, the entire defensive staff, what they did to prepare and get ready for that game.
Well, it just builds up to, we got another one when we come back off the break. We're going to try to decide that one. That'll be a big region game. But let's close the book on the Oakland Blackman game. Other than we know this, we know that you're still in the hunt. You're still in the hunt. The 3 of you are still in the hunt because there's still a lot of football to be played on who's going to host and who's going to travel as far as that bracket breaks out. Some other teams are eliminating themselves, so something's going to happen even Thursday night. We're going to get a better picture even Thursday night, and we all know that. So as it kind of ramps out here, we're going to find out who's going to be where. But it really, all that matters is you got to stay healthy. You got to keep your boys and your grades up, and you got to get better, like Coach Rankin and said, and you got to develop depth. So you got about 4 or 5 things here these last 3 or 4 games you still have to do in order to be ready at playoffs.
Yes, sir. You know, staying healthy is huge, and also developing more depth. You know, something you see as the season goes along, sophomores that grow up, you know, from the beginning of the season to fall break, and those type of guys that you want to be able to help out, you can count on to get some reps during the games, to alleviate some time for some other guys, give them a little breather here and there. But that's huge. You know, got a huge one this week. Then we're on fall break. Hopefully, you know, get some guys healthy, get some guys ready for the, you know, the end of the season run we got before the playoffs.
Then we wrapped that up. Then you slipped over to Siegel here this past Friday night. Rain, a little bit of wind. Yeah. How'd you feel like your ball club did, just coming off that huge loss? But it wasn't a huge loss in reality. You won. If we want to get down to it, it was split hairs.
You could tell, you know, during the week, you try to move on, try to move forward. You know, you still had that little sting from it. You saw it a little bit Friday night. Took us a little bit while to get going, especially on the offensive side of the ball. I don't think we played as well as we did against Oakland against them, and I think that sting was still there. But once we got going, I felt like things were good. Jabari had a good game, scored 2 touchdowns. We scored a touchdown on a punt block, and then finally Archie Roseman, one of our D linemen, and May fell on the fumble in the end zone. You know, so we were able to come out there with the win, healthy. So that's all good. Got a region win at Siegel. It's always good. You know, now we got to get ready for Pure Academy homecoming. You know, it's going to be crazy up here on Blaze Drive.
Yeah, and Pure, we do know that Coach McDaniel's played Pure. I'm a little bit familiar with that contract and kind of how that works out. And they need the money. That's something they need to trade and whatnot. It's good for the community. I know that Coach McDaniel plays Sheffield and some other schools, and they rely upon the money that they get from programs and trying to schedule games.
Yeah, and you know, this game was already set when I got here, so they've come in. This will be the second year that they come in here.
Yeah.
So they've got some athletes.
Yeah.
We got to be able to contain them and shut them down. You know, and then we got to be able to move the ball on offense and get some points. You know, you never want to lose your homecoming game.
No, you don't want to lose homecoming. Well, before we get out of here, we're not getting drowned that bad. I want to give you the final floor to say anything you want to the faculty, staff, administration, and the Blaze fans.
We appreciate everybody here in the Blackman community. They do a great job supporting us each and every week, and so just come out this Friday night homecoming and enjoy the festivities, enjoy it all, and have a great time here on Blaze Drive.
Well, we're going to be back over here. We got a game we're going to do, so we're not done yet.
Yes, sir.
The fun is not done yet. Okay, kids, it's a little bit of a jammed up week. They got Pure and their homecoming on Friday. I'll be out at Rockville for the Rockville Coffee County game. That kickoff's at 7. We'll talk to Kevin tomorrow, or we'll talk to Will tomorrow. We'll run through the car wash Wednesday night of Inside the Headset and talk to Kevin. We're going to get everybody in this week, and then we'll do the game on Thursday. Thanks for tuning in, and y'all just keep following us.